Laura. Now tell Luke the truth. I said I would meet you right in here. Isn't that right?
No, Mel.
No?
No. You said you'd meet me in Robert's stateroom, not Luke's.
Look, you slimy little jerk. You can't tell a lie with a damn. So why don't you just drop it? I know exactly what you're looking for. You know what it is? I know what it is. It's this!
You wear it?
So why don't you go tell your boss? You tell your boss, I got it, okay? I got it, and I wear it right around my neck. It's hanging right here. If he wants it, he comes after it himself. He don't send no slimy little errand boys.
Now look, Spencer.
What, are you deaf? Are you deaf? You go to your boss, man, and you tell him what I told you. Now get off my boat! Go, you failure!
Well, he got the signal. What was he doing here?
Looking for David Gray's gold medallion.
This.
You know, this is really an interesting piece. Of course, I wouldn't be caught dead wearing costume jewelry, but you put a few diamonds around it, you know, it might make an interesting bracelet, I would think.
You should have seen Luke. I mean, he handled the situation with Mel just beautifully.
Thank you. The point is, it obviously proves that this is very important to David Gray. And we're back where we started. We got to find out why. Why?
I told you I would take you to that coin specialist. How about tomorrow?
I have an idea.
Really?
I do have very fascinating ideas on occasion, Robert.
I bet you do.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Tiffany, okay. What is it? What's your suggestion?
I was thinking about Magda the Gypsy. You know, they're back in Port Charles because they're camped down next to the amusement park. So maybe she would know something about the medallion.
Tiffany, dear sweet darling, look, I know you mean well, but at this point in time, we need facts, not to sit down and talk to a whole lot of potential pickpockets.
Now, wait a minute, Robert, wait a minute. Tiff may have a very good suggestion here. I would like to talk to this woman. I would like to know what she told Mrs. Whitaker and why.
What was that?
That was a fluke. Magda came in contact with Mrs. Whitaker over at the Quartermains, and then went and told Mrs. Whitaker that she would in turn see Laura.
Which she did, and the Whitaker's barn at Beecher's Corners.
Oh, come on, Jackie. Look, you of all people should be able to see through a trick like this.
Well, what makes you so sure it was a trick?
Because it's one of the oldest gimmicks in the book. What you do is you make a prediction so general that when something finally happens, they say they forecast it.
Robert, I still think one of us should talk to her. She could be working for Gray.
Look, mate, I think we're reaching a little bit here.
Why? All right, well, look, maybe we are.
Okay, anything to make you happy.
Thank you.
Listen, have you ever seen Magda's crystal ball, Jackie? And would you like to?
Well, I think I'd better stay here with Laura.
Okay. Well, what about you?
I'll go with you, Robert.
Good girl.
Great. Hey, okay, we'll get there. Right? And at the station. Here's waiting for the train. Can you get him in? Hey, good. Oh, almost next time.
There you are, Monica. Can we talk a moment, dear, or are you and Alan having a private discussion?
No, actually, not. Let me get a train back here. Okay, hold it. Oh, help.
Wait a minute.
There.
There it is. No, Granny's no
Here.
good at this.
Where Ella Jr. is. You can put this back, okay?
He comes in.
All right. You don't mind if Grandma interrupts for a little bit? We'll get back to it in a second, okay? You fix it. I'm not good at that. You're
Yeah, let
much
him
better.
fix it. Alan,
Here, sit down.
fix it.
Sit down.
Thank you, dear.
Okay?
You seemed a little disturbed when you left the living room. Are you disturbed about something?
Disturbed, Lila. At the moment, I could strangle Alan with my bare hands.
Well, why would you want to do that, dear? He wants to come back and live here, and I think it's just wonderful.
Oh, sure. Yes, you would. Of course you would. You and Edward would be thoroughly delighted with it.
Oh, I'm so glad you see it that way.
No, Lila, I don't see it
But
that
dear,
way.
you just
Lila,
said that you
Lila,
did.
Lila, listen to me, okay? Listen to me and be calm.
Monica, I am always calm.
Good.
Calm as a cabbage, as Edward would say. Or was it a cucumber? It was some kind of vegetable, anyway.
Lila! Just listen, please. Your son moved out on his wife and his son and moved in with a mistress whom he is living openly with and where, good heavens, even managed to father a son by. And now, all of a sudden, you are thoroughly delighted with the fact that he might just come crawling back into this house. Well, you can go ahead and be delighted. I'm not going to be delighted. Not now. Not ever.
Oh, now, Monica, all men misbehave at times, dear. They're just like naughty children. We have to learn to look the other way.
Well, you go ahead and do it. You go ahead, Lila. That's what helps you and Edward get through, but that is a different time and a different generation. And by the way, if you think his moving back here will by any chance get a reconciliation with us, you're absolutely wrong.
Well, what other reason could he have for moving back here?
Well, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe he is going to be respectable, or thinks he's going to be. It certainly isn't sudden yearning for me, that's for sure.
Oh, well, let's just accept that, dear, for the time being, at any rate. You know, dear, I can be quite practical at times. I know you don't think so, but it's
No,
true.
I do, Lila. As a matter of fact, you often amaze me with your common sense.
Good. Well, then, let's think about this, dear. No matter what Alan's reasons are for moving back here, the fact is that he's willing to pay $200,000 to do it. Are you prepared to pay that kind of money yourself?
Well, I mean, it isn't going to be easy, that's for sure.
Well, then, for heaven's sake, let's let him pay the money and have it done with it and move in, at least until you've paid off the debt. Well, anyway, dear, think about it, please.
Well, yes. I'll think about it.
Oh, look, what did he say? Look, dear, that's Daddy's train. Daddy's train, he said.
Come on.
Yes. Did you get that back on the track?
You know something? Your old man he's one great guy.
I know. And I'm convinced that Lesley is probably the most wonderful woman in the world. I don't think I could love either of them more if they were my natural parents.
You know, I know they aren't, but I never think of them that way.
Neither do we.
Hey, I had a great time tonight.
So did I.
Honest? Was it as good as any other dates you've had?
My other dates. Well, to tell you the truth, I really don't have that many dates.
Oh, come
I
on,
mean, no,
come on.
no,
You're
really,
putting
really,
me on.
No, really, wait a second. I mostly just go out with groups of people, you know, friends like Brian and Claudia. And I don't go out on very many dates, you know.
That's really hard to believe. You're really pretty, Amy. I think that guys would be flocking around here like kids at a candy store. You really are pretty, Amy.
You know, you don't have to say that. You really don't.
I want to say it. You know why? Because you are. It's the truth. You really are pretty. I think you're beautiful.
What contemporary living is all about.
Let's get rid of creeps.
See if there's anybody home.
Yes?
Sorry to disturb your card night, but is Magda in?
Are you police?
No, the name's Scorpio. Miss Hill. Magda knows me.
Not police?
Come on, buddy. Does this look like a policewoman?
Come in. I will send Magda here to you.
Terrific. Well, congratulations. I'm not looking like Angie Dickinson.
Well, at least he looked at me.
I suspect that that's a dig.
Yeah, if you want to say that, I suppose it is.
Well, I do. And, what exactly brought it on? I mean, I'm your best buddy, love.
I have many things, Robert, but so help me, I'm not your buddy. I actually loathe that word.
What's this all about, Tiffany?
Why is Jackie Templeton staying in Port Charles? I mean, surely she has better things to do with her time than just to sit around and loiter.
Well, I'd hardly call it loitering.
Really? Could have fooled me.
No, I know that, but irregardless, Jackie happens to be a very good reporter.
Well, bully for her. Why doesn't she go back to New York and report then?
Because she's here on an assignment.
What assignment?
She's
Oh, other than that little, simpering schoolboy.
Well,
She's
irregardless of the simpering schoolboy, she's here covering the Malkuth exhibition when it gets to Port Charles.
Oh, good Lord. Is she going to be here till then?
It's not too far.
It's going to be an eternity for me, I guarantee you that. I suppose that this was, your idea.
No, it wasn't. But, for the record, I did encourage her to stay, and I'm glad she has.
Now who's being fooled? You can be so cruel sometimes, Robert.
Oh, come on, Tiffany. Look, the reason I wanted to stay is because she's been involved in the Laura Spencer business, and I want her here to cover information about the death. The more people involved in this, the better. Please don't take it personally.
There's just one little bitty incy-wincy problem.
What's the itty-bitty incy-wincy problem? Tell Robert.
Jackie Templeton is one big fat pain.
Well, that's just... Magda.
Ah, from the first life I knew. Today, I would see friends. And you are here, Mrs. Scorpio, with a lovely lady.
Tiffany Hill, Magda. With me, I have a request.
I know that also, Mr. Scorpio.
Well, how convenient. We don't have to go into details now.
We'd be grateful if you'd come back to the Haunted Star with us.
Now?
We need your special expertise.
No, now would not be convenient, no.
Magda, listen. We need your help, and besides, I figured that you owe us one.
I am a gypsy, Mr. Scorpio. A gypsy owes nothing to no one.
Oh, what a lovely way to live.
As I understand it, we had you booked to appear at the opening night of the Haunted Star, and you did a no-show on us. Now, in my simple terms, you owe us.
You are very clever, Mr. Scorpio.
He used to be, darling. He's a little addle-headed these days.
Will you come?
You are clever, and you are correct, yes. I owe you, Mr. Scorpio, therefore I will go with you to the Haunted Star. But then, my friend, we shall be even.
Hi, how'd it go?
Wonderfully.
Sounded like it. I could hear the applause all the way in here.
I tell you, Luke is just incredible. There's something about him that he just really can work a crowd. I don't know.
Well, his talent isn't confined to an audience.
What do you mean?
Well, obviously, Laura, he seems to be working on you, isn't he?
Well, if you're talking about his strong personality, I can do nothing but agree with you. There's something about it that when I'm around him, I just feel safe and protected. Here, will you help me with this, please?
Sure.
Thanks.
That's what you look for in a relationship, isn't it?
What?
Well, I'm not criticizing you, Laura, but I'm stating a fact. You've always wanted people to protect you. And when Mom and Dad couldn't do it, you turned to me.
You resent that?
Of course not, but I am saying that that's what you're responding to in Luke. And to make this little setup complete, Luke's in a very vulnerable state right now because of his wife. And he's responding to your helplessness.
Helplessness? Jackie, I am not helpless.
But, Laura, you are. You will always be. But you gotta realize there's nothing wrong with that. That's just you. But you've got to realize that that quality in you is what appeals to Luke right now. He wants to be needed because he's lost his Laura.
We don't even talk about his Laura.
But that doesn't make a difference. Don't you realize he is still hung up on her memory? I mean, think about it, Laura. He will not admit that she's dead when everybody else knows that it is hopeless.
Don't you think I know that? But I think you are overlooking a very important point.
Is there another point?
Yes, there is another point. Luke needs somebody right now to help him get over the loss of his wife.
You don't think you can fill that, do you? Because you can't.
Why not?
Because it's going to take a long time before anybody gets over Laura Spencer's death. Especially Luke.
Oh, Rick, hi.
Hi.
I was just getting ready to go.
Well, don't leave on account of me. I just want to get Lesley some tea.
No, I better get going now anyway. You know, I'm in training, and Packy, he's a real bear about me getting 8 hours sleep.
Great.
Can I get Lesley that tea?
Oh, thanks, Amy. I'll do it myself.
I'd really like to.
Okay, be my guest.
I really had a very nice time tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Does that mean we can do it again?
Yeah, we can.
Great, great.
Well, I'm gonna go get the tea.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks, Amy.
Oh, Rick, before I leave, can I talk to you about something?
Sure, John. What's on your mind?
Well, I noticed that Lesley wasn't exactly, you know, overwhelmed with joy that I was mentioning I might fight pro again. Does this mean you guys are really against the idea?
Oh, no, neither one of us is against you fighting again. John, I think you just maybe misinterpreted our reactions.
Oh, well, what do you mean?
Lesley is very much a worrier. And when she cares about someone, really cares about them, she just doesn't want to see them get hurt. I think that's all there was to it.
Oh, that's a relief. Because I really am serious, you know. I really want to fight pro again.
Well, then you'll find the two of us are behind you 100%. Okay?
Hey, okay.
All right, I get you, Jack.
Oh, man.
And you too, Alan. Oh, you missed such fun. Alan Jr. was playing with your toy train.
Was he really? I'll tell you, that's one of the reasons I'm looking forward to coming back to the house, so I can be closer to him.
You're looking forward to moving back in, Alan. You have a long wait ahead of you.
Monica, why don't you put your personal feelings aside and just face facts?
Oh, really? What facts do you suggest I face?
Mrs. Moss is legally entitled to 6% commission on the sale of the house, Monica. And if that's not enough, you better consider the buyers.
Yes, Oswald III.
Exactly. I mean, they're going to sue you for any damages incurred in the fraudulent sale of the house. Now, you put that together with the commission, it comes out to $200,000. $200,000, which I know you don't have.
The same $200,000 which Alan has very generously offered to pay for you.
Oh, dear, I'm sorry. Would you like me to hum a few bars of Hearts and Flowers? Or shall I just grovel at your feet?
What I would like for you to do, Monica, is allow me to pay the $200,000 and stop objecting to my coming back into the house.
Fine. Fine and dandy. You go right ahead and move back in, Alan. Your son and I will go right ahead and move out.
You okay?
Except for feeling a little bit foolish, I'm just fine.
Lesley, it was a great evening. It's not exactly the way I had it planned. But it was very good for us.
Yeah, it was. And you were right.
What?
With all of that, I did forget for a little while. I did. Oh, no.
What?
Oh, Lord, speaking of forgetting, what about Mike?
Mike is fine. He's spending the night at Packy's, and Packy was glad to have him.
Oh, goodness. He must be in seventh heaven. As far as he's concerned, Packy is the greatest thing since bubblegum. Oh, no.
What? No.
Packy doesn't know anything about getting to Mike to school in the morning,
Yes,
Rick.
he does. He knows what time. He knows what place. It's all been taken care of. Now, are there any other problems that I have already solved for you? Hmm?
I can't think of any. Sorry.
That's all right.
Are you coming to bed?
Yeah, I've got a very early day tomorrow.
You do? Do you have surgery?
No, but I've got to be at court. I promised Joe I'd go with him on Spike.
Oh, yeah, right. What do you think's going to happen with all that?
Well, Spike's guilty. He took the money. Of course, we got half of it back, and we got some merchandise from the other portion of it.
Uh-huh.
The judge just may set up a rehabilitation program. Same judge that helped us with the adoption of Mike.
Oh, yeah?
She's very advanced in her thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Looks good for it. Of course, he is guilty. He has to pay in some way for what he did. Are you sleeping like this?
Magda?
Yes.
I'm Luke Spencer. We weren't sure you'd come.
I made her an offer she couldn't refuse.
I can feel you are in need of information.
Yeah.
We all are.
But Lucas Spencer especially, huh?
The day you saw Agnes Whitaker, you told her something. What was it?
Magda tell what she see.
That's it?
But of course, I see the future. I tell the future and it comes to be. Then the future becomes the past.
Yeah, it often works that way.
But you have other questions, hmm? Magda, right?
Magda's right on the money. All right, to begin with, you didn't show up opening night. You know, we had a gig here. Why was that?
I had every intention to keep my promise. But I had a vision.
On our opening night.
That night, I saw evil aboard this ship, great evil. So, I stay home.
Baby, if it makes you feel any better, there was a lot of evil aboard this ship opening night.
Yeah, we practically sank in it.
Magda's visions never fail, never.
I hope that's true. Because I want to ask you something very important. This medallion. I would like you to hold it and tell me what you see or feel.
Of course.
All right, great. What did you feel? What did you feel? No, don't tell me nothing. We saw it. What did you feel? Tell me.
No, I cannot tell you nothing. Nothing. Magda, tell you nothing. No.
Wait a minute,
Tomorrow, the bases are loaded with excitement when Ralph joins a big league baseball team to smoke out a gang of crooked gamblers on the greatest American hero. Then the fall guy becomes a rough rider when he joins a motorcycle gang to put the skids under a renegade biker. Thursday, don't miss the new comedy that's impossible to describe, No Soap Radio. After, Mindy goes to jail for refusing to reveal a news source and more cast to Springer. Will Jim admit the truth about Raven's captivity? Watch The Edge of Night following FYI next.